Hey guys, Loman02, currently getting ready to play some Canadian Highlander here. We're playing with our Hate Bears list again. This hand looks great, so we're going to take a lot of damage with it, but I think that's okay. I think it's going to have to be. If we look at their hand and it's all red cards, well, maybe not. Alright, take opt. We're going to get Bob down next turn, ideally under counter magic, unless they draw Spell Snare or Force Spike. They're playing like a BANT tempo deck. Okay, Utopia Sprawl, which means that they will have either Drifter or Spell Queller up. And go. Alright, Flooded Strands. That's gone. This is gone. There's exactly one card we're not tracking. Alrighty. And I'm just going to attack in. If they want to try to block with their Spell Queller, then okay. Alrighty. They have to probably Queller this, right? So I'm assuming this is going to get Queller, and then I'll probably just play out the Smuggler's Copter, I think. Well, no, actually I kind of like Selfless Spirit better here, I think. Okay. Alright, so if they drew into a white source here, so Queller's down, then they can cast out their Palace Jailer. Alright. Cool. I'll take. Drifter. Okie doke. Oh, Imaginary a Friend. This card's actually kind of cool. I'm going to blow this up. I'm just going to get rid of the Toothy Friend here. And then I can get back my... If they draw a white source, they're just going to cast their Jailer, but then I can probably Assassin's Trophy their Flyer, and then get in and steal the Monarchy, possibly. And they have this guy. What does this guy do again? Alright, yeah, nothing good. Yeah, it's just a 1/1 for 3. It's pretty bad. It combos well with Toothy... What is it? Toothy the Imaginary Friend? Toothy Imaginary Friend. Alright, so they have white mana for next turn. Oh, he's getting in there. Alright. Trying to race. Cool. Alright, go ahead, my friend. Alright, so we are going to get Palace Jailer here, so they will get one free card, but ostensibly that's not horrible for us. Alright, Gaia's Cradle. Tusk. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to blow this thing up. Well, do you want to attack, my friend? So all we know about in their hand is Palace Jailer and there's 4 other cards. They are going to get in there. I think we get this guy. Alright. Let's see what's going on over there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Disallow, I think. Play out this gentleman. Alrighty. And play out the Anafenza here and say go. Okay, Brainstorm, cool. The cool thing about these tempo... Alright, so the tempo decks, one of the issues they have, I think, is against like more true aggro decks. And we are kind of playing a mix between a mid-range and aggro. It's really a Hate Bears deck, but it can play an aggressive game like we kind of just did there. Just want to give him time. Yeah, this unfortunately has to go back. If it had one more land and it was black or green, I'd probably keep it, but Mo. Alright, this hand is acceptable. It really wants a fetch. But we're not passing it back. We're not going to get better on 5. If it's a fetch, it gets pretty good. So I'm going to keep this. Yeah. Ravage is pretty much the exact opposite of the land we're looking for. Might accept Mox too, I think, but I would rather have... Alright, Miniamo. Interesting. Alright, I do think we play this out so we can at least get our threat down. They can't just sit back on counter magic. They have to play a threat out to get the clock started. I mean, they can do that, but I don't think it's a winning strategy for them not to play threats out. I mean, if they don't do anything, I may just play out the souls. They're probably not going to counter the Containment Priest, I guess. They could. Like, if they have Complicate, maybe they do. Okay, Deceiver, Exarch. Okay. Well, that's a little bit annoying. It's probably going to tap down my green or my white source. Probably my green source, okay. Do I bully them? Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to pretend I have a trick. Harm's Way could... Harm's Way doesn't even get them here. They block. All right. Let's see what they do. Create some chaos. Alright, lands. Goyf is a 0-1, but whatever. They're not playing burn. Alright, fetch land. That's one more life point we don't need to get. We may be playing out a Gideon here to prevent something doing damage to our stuff. And our Goyf is now a 1-2 if it doesn't get like pathed or plowed or something. I don't think I'd mind path though. This is a walker? Oh, a ghost. Okay. Ghost in the house. I'm going to play these guys out because they are probably the hardest to block. Alright, say go. Alrighty. I mean, if they have like a bounce spell or some way to like suck down one of my threats, like one of my spirit tokens, it would be pretty miserable to like just get one eaten by a Geist of Saint Traft. The same argument goes for the Luxodon Smiter. They are taking a significant bit of damage off their mana, though. Alright, Cloud Blazer's a good one. That's pretty sweet. I think we always play out the uncounterable threat the turn that... so the reason I did this here, if I draw another land, I can play Luxodon Smiter out, which is uncounterable. I'll probably do it after I cast the back half of Lingering Souls, so I don't really want to shrink Goyf right now. But they're kind of in a place where they're obliged to attack with Geist. Well, maybe not. I mean, they really need to get rid of Gideon because it is a clock. Now, they could be a Blink deck as well. This looks like a Blink deck. I guess Geist isn't really a Blink card, but Blazer is definitely Blink. As is the Deceiver Exarch. Alright, this guy. I guess Blink's pretty bad against Containment Priest, though, at a minimum. Alright, play Elspeth out. Send it with the flyer. If I did a land, I probably would have 2-spelled and just gone Luxodon Smiter plus Souls. The Ancient Tomb, I think, is... I mean, we may not be winning this, but the Ancient Tomb, I feel like, has come at a pretty decent cost here. I mean, I think it's accounted for about 8 of their life points now. More than we've done to them, I think. Actually, I think we only hit them the first time this last turn. So, Hierarch went in the bin. So, being Canadian Highlander, obviously, we're playing with some power. So, I mean, they could be running like an Ancestral in their deck. I don't know. That would probably be one of their best draws if they're running it. They're probably running Time Walk, though. I guess, because you could run like Eternal Witness plus Time Walk in this list. And it's more of a creature-based deck, so like... Okay, I guess that is it. That's unfortunate. I kind of want to see what I would have hit. Alright, I would not have hit my land. My land was 2 down. Kind of a rough matchup, though. I do think that like BANT Tempo has a pretty tough time beating like more pure aggro decks. And this deck that we're playing is closer to the mid-range spectrum than it is like the spectrum than it is like the true aggro spectrum of like Red Deck Wins and White Weenie. But it's still quite aggressive. All right, let's see if we're playing another game here. I'll play Blue Moon. This is not a temp. It's more tempo. This Blue Moon deck that I'm be playing is more tempo based than like Blue White, but it tends to be a slower Blue Red deck. It's not really as tempo-y as like some of the more modern builds. This is a Splinter Twin combo deck. As you see, it has cards like Logic Knot in it. Grim Lavamancer for some control. We're probably going to try to save the Into the Royal for a little bit later. So go on ahead, opponent. And we'll probably just resolve the Grim on turn 1. I mean, I don't see a reason to try to fake anything. All right, land, go. Cool. And is there a reason to fetch 4 blue? Yes, there is. So I do think we take the damages here and get this. Despite being a Back to Basics and Blood Moon deck, I do think we want access to Logic Knot on their turn number 3. We also want to build up our graveyard for the Grim. You know, just in case they play a thing that we can kill, we can fetch again next turn and then blow that thing up. Mana Dork? Alright, that's fine. I'm not really an attack-based deck. I do think, however, here we play on a fetch. Actually, we screwed this up. The issue here is why we screwed up is now we'll have to hardcast Daze. We cannot get another blue-red land because we have the Volcanic Island in hand. So that was a misplay on my part. Alright. Alright, well, I do like Torrential Gearhulk. Alright, fetch. Alright. Fetch and nothing. Maybe they're a Back to Basics deck and they think they can possibly get me. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I mean, against a blue-red deck, probably not. I mean, I could be Grixis, and that could just work. I'm kind of curious as to why they fetch the basics. They're fetching basics. They know what I'm playing. Never mind. I'm being dumb. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not. That's not a thing I counter. As annoying as Elvish Visionary is, we don't counter that one. We don't bounce either of these. This does feel like Blink to me. All right, go. Alrighty. They're going to attack with their Elvish Visionary, and then do I play around Blink, or do I just try to get this thing right now? Yes, I fully acknowledge that I can only Logic Knot now for 1, which is not as good, obviously. Alright, I'm going to pay 2 cards here. And go back a land drop. They just let it happen. Okay. That was good for me. I'm curious what they have to say here. Well, Daze always kind of feels nice. I don't like going back a land drop, though. My hand is not really good with it. I'm just trying to get value off of this Into the Royal, but there's really nothing that's been shown so far that's really good against Into the Royal. I mean, I kind of just want to cast like a big dumb thing out, like a Virtuous Gearhulk or something. I'd be like, all right, cool, you got it, and just bounce it. All right, land. Okay. That is actually the perfect thing that I would like to bounce, but we'll see if we're allowed to do it. Because they do have counter magic as well. Yeah, I mean, it may behoove them to allow this to happen here. Because if they do tap out to counter it, like there's a lot that can happen. So I can get behind that, I think, from their perspective. But then what am I doing to stop it afterwards? I mean, I have like this Torrential Gearhulk, which is not really great, but it's a thing. It can do some things and some stuff. I don't know what I'm hoping to do with it, to be honest. I think I'm in trouble. I need to hit burn, so like they can recast it, and then I have to hit burn and then stop it. Our Ancient Tomb. I mean, well, we ostensibly like have a bunch of stuff in hand to them, but we know the truth is that we just don't have anything. Like our hands is really not very good. And there's Knight. So, I mean, what's the best draw? Probably like a burn spell of some variety. Ideally, actually, a more efficient one. Okay, well, that's a start. Alright, Blood Moon. Well, if it's a 2-mana counter, I can fight back against it. Most of their counters tend to be 2 mana. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we knew they have Disallow in deck too, so it could have been Disallow. That is actually fine. I only have a 1-mana counter spell in hand, oddly enough. Alright, go. Oh, sweet, we got someone else playing 100 card tomorrow. If you guys enjoy watching my videos, give a thought to... I'm going to turn off auto yields here. Give a consideration to actually playing some 100 card. We're playing Canadian Highlander right now, not 100 card, but also a very, very cool format. Alright, here's the big question. I'm going to try to into the Royal this thing on their upkeep. If they have a counter, they have a counter. But I'm going to force them to have it here. And I'm going to bounce their Knight. Alright, they're going to find a land. I'm not going to try to eat the Knight too. They find a Plains. Okay. Alrighty, so fetch land and Knight. Alright, Loa. So they have a kill spell. Cloud of Fae, okay. So they can recast their Knight here. Just go ahead and blow that dude up. Alright, so Knight, the old coder. Get in there, you. They probably want to block here. No, they don't. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to down-tempo them at this point. I don't think I have a good long game plan here. I mean, Surge could find us like Mystical Confluence or something, and that would be probably enough. The Force Spike is probably just going to get cast on anything. If they're smart, though, they'll just wait to cast stuff. Maybe I just take. I mean, I suppose another... I mean, I'd like to counter something and then bolt them down to 7. And then I suppose at that point, if they draw, like I feel really good. Because at that point, like, Confluence becomes good. Fiery Confluence becomes really good. Okay, they take. Cool. So I probably just take here, to be honest. Well, actually, here, Unless they can kill me this turn, Time Walk's gone. Snapcaster could recast Time Walk. Interesting. All right. All right, get Force Spiked. Just so I can fuel my yard. And maybe it's relevant. I don't know what their next card is. They can make mana with Night, though, but they don't want to tap it here to do so. Fire Ice should also be I can tap down the Coder. Alright, it gets countered. Okay. And we're going to pay a 4-drop. Alright. Is it Jace the Mind Sculptor? Could be. No, it's white. Okay. This is a pretty risky line of play. What do they take here? Probably the Torrent Gearhulk, this dude. I'm trying to burn them out here. I will put the island in my yard. That's why you do it, right? Rip. Boom. Alright, guys. Sideboarding time. Did not think I was winning that game. This is not a Canadian Highlander deck, so it has a sideboard, but I'm not going to use it here. We do actually have a significant amount of burn, which I was kind of like missing that whole game. I'm like, where is my burn at? Alrighty. Oop. Alrighty. Yeah, I had to rip. Because I was probably pretty dead after that. This hand's good. It's good enough. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible either. I mean, it's got Mana Dork protection. Yeah, it was a little risky. I mean, maybe the correct play... No, the correct play was to spike the Drifter. I mean, like, if they have something, they have something. Play it, Mana Dork. Play it. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, I like that draw. I'm going to take the damage here. I don't think it's highly relevant. But I'm just trying to buy time and fuel my graveyard for this Logic Knot. Alright, what else do we got? And Firebolt's a good one against Mana Dorks, because, I mean, obviously, later on down the road, you know, we could possibly get some value off of it, which is cool. Alright, another dude. Okay. And a land. Okay. And another dude. It's a lot of dudes. Alright, Wild Growth is a lot better than another dude, I think. Burn. No burn. Alright, here you go, my man. We may be pitching some land card or some cards out of our yard here. If this dude's attacking, I think I'm okay with that because they can't untap their. They have no forest untap. Actually, he doesn't do anything, does he? He makes a mana off. He's Mox Emerald, is what he is, with Gaia's Cradle. All right, so cool. I'm probably going to counter most things they play here, I think, because they're obviously very mana light. This is a green X spell. No, it's this dude. This dude is getting countered like 100% of the time. I'm not going to let this dude resolve. Alright, so I think we do take an island here. And, alright, come on, you. So unless they have Simian Spirit Guide or the other guide, I don't think it's that relevant here. Alrighty. Here go. Pretend we have counter magic that we do not have, and then hopefully get Desolate Lighthouse online next turn. And they can get their beat downs in. I guess we do have Firebolt within the next 2 turns, so if like we just totally and utterly miss here. Oh wow, doing nothing? That's really good for us. That's kind of what we were hoping to see. I mean, honestly, guys, I think here the right play is the greedy. Well, no, never mind. Never mind. What I like better is just doing this and saying go. Because I can Logic Knot for 1, which is not great. But I can also just Snapcaster block their dude. But they're not really doing anything, although they have mana now. I may just block this guy. Yeah, you know what I like? So we go Snappy. Target the Logic Knot. In case we want to Logic Knot something for 1. And they're going to lose the mana off Gaia's Cradle this way. So they're back down to the same mana count they were at before. So I kind of like this. And they're not untapping their Temple Garden. So I think this is good. And actually, Logic Knot now is for 2 because Snapcaster's in there. I'm just trying to get to the Inferno Titan part of my plan here. I will not lie. Alrighty, here you go, my man. Alright, so Desolate Lighthouse. We have an Arc Trail, but I mean, I think Inferno Titan's just going to be the primary plan here. They could have something that flash speed, though. I mean, they're a BANT deck. BANT does have blue, and blue tends to have things that play at instant speed. So, that's a thing. I think I'm going to discard the Sulfur Falls here. If we get had at instant speed by something, it's whatever. Alright, they are going to do something at instant speed. It may be like, I don't know, who knows, like a Convoke or something like that. I think it is okay, though. They have 4 mana to play with. Could be what? What in that color pie? Oh, okay. That's A-okay. I don't care about that. Actually, we will ditch the Spire Bluff. Alright, cool. Alright, big part of my deck. Take bolt damage. And go. I mean, this thing could die, but I have a backup Torrential Gearhulk, and if it doesn't die, I get to attack, kill their Restoration Angel with Arc Trail. And or Firebolt, actually. I mean, Firebolt's just as valid. And Inferno Titan is a big game. I mean, if you can't stop him, he generally kills you in about 1 hit. I mean, if he doesn't get blocked, he does 6, 9, plus 3, 12. He does Xaxi, so he is a big gentleman. This card is stellar. It's a good board control card. I mean, here it was basically a Lightning Bolt plus a 6/6 if it dies right here. It, forced my opponent to discard and did Lightning Bolt damage to their face, which is not horrible. And yeah, worst case, I mean, we've got Torrential Gearhulk to also kind of help continue to promote the beatdowns. Alright, fetch down to 11. And hopefully we don't have like a Palace Jailer here, although I have draws against Palace Jailer. They tend to include conscripts, zealous conscripts. Alright, well, this is going to be something. What do we got here? Hopefully just blockers, but we shall see. It's probably not a critter, or it is a critter. It's an Eldrazi Displacer, which actually can deal with this. Alright, cool. Okie doke. Okay. Are they going to block it? I know I'm trying to next level, though, but they're just going to double block it, aren't they? Alright. They're not. Alright, I pump faked them out. They should have flashed it, right? Because this thing can take it out of combat. Okay. But that forces them to do it during combat. So now I can just do this. I just go... Alright, 2, 1. Die. Alright, what else have we got? Alright, they are attacking. They're on the offensive here. Which I don't know what that bodes. We'll see, I suppose. Okay, the Flickerino. So they can flicker the Restoration Angel, flicker comes back, and then gets rid of my dude. That's pretty good. That is not bad. And then they got 6 power on board, but then when this thing comes back in, it kills the flicker, right? So they get my dude, but he comes back at the next end step and then kills Flicker Wisp. Alright. Doesn't seem horrible. Alright. I think I'm correct in saying the Torrential Gearhulk can get nothing back except for Logic Knot, which is pretty bad. Alright. 1, 2. Even getting bolts like every time this thing comes back in is not horrible. And now we have pretty good counter magic up. So they have 3 here. I'm sorry, 2. 1, 2, yep. So let's make them pay a 3 and then have negate up for a possible counter. And also get to scry, which is pretty sweet. Because I will probably scry any burn to... Well, I'm going to scry all this to the bottom because this is all garbage. Definitely do not need more landage. So, what do we have? Alright, nothing. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. That was some, well, the first game was Canadian Highlander, and this last one was some Highlander versus Canadian Highlander. Although, I will promise you my deck is under points. That deck, I think the only pointed card in it is Mystical Tutor, which means that it plays a pretty fair game. I think, typically speaking, like, they have, like... Actually, a lot of the blue-red ones that are in Canadian also have Mystical Tutor, but I think they have, like, Ancestral is their common card, or Time Walk, one or the other. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. Take care now.